Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barons. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Brooklyn Barons rebuild here on Madden 23. That is right. We're back, baby. And we are in the final game of the season. And not only is it the final game of the season, but it is against a team that we have kind of maybe started some sort of small semi-rivalry with. Now, if you remember back last season, early in the season, we made a trade where the Barons gave up their quarterback, who, if you don't already know, we used to be the New York Jets before we relocated to Brooklyn. So we gave up our quarterback, the MILF Hunter himself, Zach Wilson, to a certain team in Chicago for their quarterback, Justin Fields. Yeah. And now all these years later, well, just 1 year later, we now match up against the Chicago Bears, who are the 1 seed in the NFC, by the way. Now, granted, we took a look at the NFC playoff picture at the end of last episode. The NFC is super weak. The Bears are 11-5. And they're the 1 seed. So the NFC side of the conference is super, super weak. If 11-5 is good enough to get you the 1 seed, we would have been like a 2 seed or a 3 seed or something, because we have 10 wins. So we would have been right up there if we were in the NFC. But unfortunately, we had to be in the AFC, where everybody's super good. So we're taking on the Chicago Bears, who have Zach Wilson at starting quarterback. It is a revenge game for Zach Wilson. Now, unfortunately, it won't be Wilson versus Fields, because we've benched Justin Fields for Malik Willis, who has gotten us on a 3-game win streak. I'm pretty sure it's been 3 games. It might be 4. It's either 3 or... I think it's 4, actually. I think it's a 4-game win streak. Whatever it is, we're on a pretty hot run with Malik Willis right now. So, 1 game left to go. Malik Willis and the Brooklyn Barons take on Zach Wilson and the Chicago Bears. It's going to be a massive episode. You do not want to miss out on it. You do not want to skip ahead and see what happens, because you want to get the build-up and the build-up and the build-up and then the explosion of what happens in this game. So I hope you got your popcorn ready. Sit down, get a blanket, maybe get a little feet warmer thing, because you're going to be here for a wild ride. This is going to be a crazy game. I can just feel it. I can feel it building up in this region of my body right now. I can feel it. So it's going to be crazy. I hope you guys are excited. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go beat the Bears. Here we are. It is week 18. We are guaranteed at least 1 playoff game this season. We've clinched it last episode with the win against the Patriots. We're 10-5-1. We have clinched at least a wild card game. We will play either the Baltimore Ravens or the Houston Texans. I'm guessing. It all depends on what the Titans do. Okay, so here's the scenario. If we win, we most likely play the Ravens 3 versus 6. If we lose and the Titans win, we probably play the Texans 2 versus 7. If we lose and the Titans lose, then we stay 3-6. If we win and the Titans lose, then we stay 3-6 too. So the only way that we will fall, there's a I don't even know if we do fall even if we lose. But if we lose and the Titans win, there is a slight possibility that we fall to the 7 seed and play the Texans at the 2 seed. It's not going to make much of a difference, because the Texans are good, the Ravens are good, and the Chiefs are good. So we're going to be screwed either way. Plus, it's a road game in the playoffs. We're not going to host a game this entire postseason run, however long it may be, because we're such a low seed. We'd have to have the Bills lose, the Texans lose, the Ravens lose, the Chiefs lose, and the Steelers lose just to host a playoff game, which is not going to happen. So we're probably not going to host a playoff game. So, but look at the NFC side of the bracket. I mean, it's super weak if the Bears are 11-5 and they're the 1 seed. So we've got a tough road ahead of us in terms of the playoffs. But we're playing playoff football. That's all I could ask for at the start of the season, was to improve on what we did last year, which was not very good. And we did that. And we did that like times a million, and we made the playoffs. Next episode will not be an off-season episode. It will be a playoff wild card special. Yeah, I can't believe it either. I don't know how long we're going to go in the playoffs. It all determines on how we play in that game, obviously. But, man, I'm just happy to be there. We're playing with found money at this point. So, let's go and do some negotiations, because I think I need to withdraw some offers on the last couple guys here. Oh, I did already. Okay, good. I withdrew the offers on the rest of those guys. So, the guys that we have left to talk about are Okuda, Fields, Michael Carter, who else is left? Kwity Paye, Quinn Miners, Penei Sewell, and Elijah Moore. But I want to get your temperature on a few things. Off camera, I was kind of going through some potential trade offers and potential trade scenarios for some different players that we're probably not going to bring back. One of them being Elijah Moore. I do hate the fact that Elijah Moore is a little too expensive for us, but he wants a bag, and we just can't. It's not in our best interest to pay him the bag that he wants to get. So I put him up on a trade, and I found a really, really interesting one that I want to get your guys' opinion on. A.J. Brown, they're the same overall. Now, A.J.'s a little older. He's 27. Elijah Moore's only 24. They are the same overall, and A.J. Brown is actually under contract for like 3 more seasons, I think. So if we go to contract, yeah, he's got 3 more seasons of his contract, and his cap hit is only 0.01 more million better than, or more expensive than Elijah Moore. So it's not going to cost us too much money. I mean, in the long run, it'll probably cost us more money because he's got a 3-year contract. But this would give us our big body that we've been looking for. I mean, Justin Jefferson is a big body, but A.J. Brown is a whole different animal when it comes to big body guys. He's like on that DK level of big body receivers. And I put this in the trade offer. I did the trade, and it goes up to almost done. So we would either have to give them another player that we don't want or a draft pick. And if you look at our draft picks, we have a ton of draft picks this season because I love to trade back and stuff. But I want to show you one thing really, really quickly before we go on to more trade conversations. Our draft picks, we have 2 draft picks, if you remember. We have 2 first-round picks. We have the number 1 overall pick. This is the Detroit Lion pick that turned into the Chicago Cougars team because we relocated them as well. So we have the number 1 overall pick. And I promise you, I did not cheat to get the number 1 overall pick. I have the Chicago Cougars on, everything's on auto. I'm not controlling the Cougars at all. I promise you that. They just happen to be really, really bad. So we have the number 1 overall pick and the number 12 overall pick. So we've got a lot riding on this offseason with 2 second-round picks, 3 third-round picks, 3 fourth-round picks, 3 5-round picks, 5th-round picks, 3 6s, and 2 7s. So, I mean, we've got assets. We've got enough capital to make a trade for A.J. Brown. Now, the other thing is we could throw them somebody else that they may need, like a Kwity Paye, who also probably won't come back on a new contract. There's a possibility of that. We could throw them a Jacob Martin or a Boogie Basham because both of these guys are in need of a contract. So one of those guys could be sent through. So I just wanted to get your temperature, or we could just give draft picks back. But A.J. Brown, I'm probably going to do this trade in the offseason. Before the contracts are up. Because I think A.J. Brown, along with Justin Jefferson and Garrett Wilson, could be an elite wide receiver core. So I'm probably going to do this trade. Now, the other trade I was thinking about in terms of wide receivers, as you guys know, Darnell Mooney doesn't really get a lot of attention here, and he's kind of expensive in terms of his cap hit. So I was thinking we move on from Darnell Mooney as well, and I was going through some of the options at receiver, kind of the lesser tier, not on the obviously on the terms of A.J. Brown, and I found the Saints. and I found Chris Olave. Now, everybody knows, if you're a long-term person on this channel, you know that I'm a Ohio State fan. I love myself some Chris Olave. So I put Chris Olave in the deal. Actually, I don't know if I actually did this or not. They're the same overall. The cap hit for Chris Olave is less. We would have to bring some money back from the Saints because obviously they are a little bit over the cap. So we'd have to I don't know, bring somebody else in who's not, I don't know, who's not super expensive but wouldn't hurt us in the long term. We could probably find somebody, maybe like this David Hoskins guy. He would probably do it. Although, what's his development trait? He's a superstar. They probably value him a little bit too much. We could do P. Werner. Just get 2 Buckeyes. They probably don't value P. Werner that much. So, I mean, we could figure out a package for Chris Olave that would allow us to get Darnell Mooney off the books and bring in a guy that I think could be a really, really good asset for us. That would be Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson, and then Chris Olave. That's a banging. That is an absolute banging 4-piece at wide receiver. The next option that we have to trade is Quinn Miners. Now, Quinn Miners is up for a new contract, like we know, and Quinn Miners probably won't come back. I probably won't bring him back. He's been a very useful player for us, but he's just not really on the level of a guy like a Trey Smith from the Kansas City Chiefs, who I think could be really, really useful. I don't know what his contract situation is looking like. He's on an extension. He got an extension. So I did this deal. I put it through, and it gets it really, really close. So Quinn Miners and some other assets, maybe it's draft picks, maybe it's another player or two, for a right guard like Trey Smith, who I think could be very, very awesome on this team. So that's another trade that's probably going to happen during the offseason episode. And then we all know Penei Sewell, 23 years old, superstar development. I hate to even think about trading him. Out of all the guys, he's probably the one that we would either tag or just give a contract to. But then again, I was going through some of the potential trade offers, and I came across the New York Football Giants. And I found myself Evan Neal, who is also superstar development, also 23 years old, overall less than Penei Sewell, but he has the potential to develop just the same as Penei. So this is also a potential trade that could happen and probably will happen at the offseason mark. So yeah, I'm thinking we take some big swings this offseason. We get some guys in that are under contract that are potentially going to be superstars for us in the next season that can help us propel us even to more than just 10 or 11 wins or whatever it is. So, and then we just need to find that quarterback, whether it's Malik Willis, whether it's Justin Fields, whether it's somebody I'm not even thinking of, or it's the draft pick Cliff Jones. It could be anybody. I mean, we have the first overall pick. We've got everything available to us. Like, there's so many different options we could go for. So many different options. So yeah, I just wanted to get your temperature on a few of those trades. I'm not saying those are all the trades that we will do or don't do in the offseason, but those are just some of the ones that I was thinking off the top of my head that I wanted to get your temperature on and to see how you were feeling about them right away. So without further ado, we got to go talk about the Chicago Bears. Enough of thinking about the future, enough thinking about the offseason episode. We got to think about this episode that's right in front of us. We got to finish this season strong and win this game against the Chicago Bears. Our strategy, they've got David Montgomery, who is an 89 overall, and there he is. Zach Wilson, 79 overall, star development quarterback, former Brooklyn Baron, now in Chicago. I think we'll defend the outside run. I'm daring Zach Wilson to beat us through the air. If he does, then so be it. But I don't think he can. They also have Jalen Johnson, Roquan Smith. We'll go over their roster in a second here. But we're going to throw it short for our strategy. And I think we can turn over Zach Wilson a bunch. I mean, this defense, you guys know, consistently has been a very, very turnover-happy defense. I think we can turn over Zach. If we can turn over Justin Herbert and Kyler Murray and all these different quarterbacks that we've played over the season, we can definitely turn over Zach Wilson. So I'm going to put that on our goal, our weekly goal. Ooh, a lot of big upgrades here. Aiden Hutchinson gets an upgrade even though he's injured right now. So that's pretty cool. And Jamie Brackett, I was impressed with him when he came in to fill in for guard, for the right guard spot. We don't know what his development trait is just yet. I'm guessing it's just going to be star. I don't imagine it to be anything more than that, because a lot of offensive linemen usually only have star. But we'll have to find out when we do. We'll probably find out in the offseason episode after the season's over. But if we take a look at the Chicago Bears team, Zach Wilson. Okay, here he is. He's got the Chicago Bears headband on. Can I edit his number? I don't like him wearing number 16. What number is he wearing on the Jets? Is it 2? I think it's 2. It's something like that. Let's just change it, make him number 2. 16 looks weird. But Zach Wilson on the Bears, still at star development. He's a 79-80 with the morale boost. He's got 95 throw power. We know Zach Wilson very well. He frustrated me to no end in season 1. That's why we had to move on from him to get Justin Fields. And Justin Fields has then subsequently frustrated me to no end. So Zach Wilson is the starting quarterback by a mile here in Chicago. Jared Stidham, I feel so bad for him, but then again, I don't. So Zach Wilson is the starting quarterback. They have Dave Montgomery, we know, as the running back. Wide receivers, Zach Pascal, Devontae Parker, Will Washington out of Colorado. 95 speed, 96 excel is crazy. They don't really have a wide receiver core for Zach Wilson to throw to. We could take advantage of this. It all depends on what their offensive line looks like. Mike Gesicki is a 91 with morale. He's their tight end, and he's their only tight end. Offensive line, they've got Andrew Thomas from the Giants. They must have signed him in free agency. Then they've got Cody Whitehair, Mike McIntosh, Cody Ford, and Tevin Jenkins. So the offensive line's not strong. It's not good, or it's average. It's not amazing. I think we can get advantage on that. The defense line, Travis Gibson, Yannick Ngakoue, and Javon Hargrave. Not a solid defensive line either. Malik Reed, Alexander Johnson, and Roquan Smith. Obviously, Roquan Smith is the best player on this team. He fills out the outside linebackers. Then you got Jalen Johnson, who's also pretty good. Greedy Williams, but he's actually hurt, so they'll have to have Kyler Gordon step up, and then Zach McPherson as well. All right, so the corners, other than Jalen Johnson, are not great, especially with Greedy injured. I think our wide receivers could have a big day today. I say that every episode, though. Eddie Jackson and Jonathan Abram are the safeties, and they also have a guy that I really, really like in Jaquan Brisker. I'm a big fan of Jaquan Brisker. I think he could possibly end up on the Barons at one time. Who knows? I do like him. And then kicker, punter, Brian Johnson and Cameron Johnston for the Bears. So the team's not great. I wish we were in the NFC, because we would be like the best team in the NFC if we were over on that side of the bracket. But we are not. We unfortunately are in a division with the 15-1 Buffalo Bills. So, yeah, that's just the kind of way the cookie crumbles. But we have 45 staff points. We might as well spend some before we jump into this game. I don't really know what we need to spend them on. I guess we could spend them on the halfbacks and the receivers. We could do that. Or we could spend them on maybe the defense. We probably should spend them on the defensive coordinator. Although the defensive coordinator has been really good as of late. But let's spend it on coach. Let's spend it on Brian Daboll, just to make sure that he's got everything maxed out. Now everything's maxed out for him except for these bottom ones, but those are only like one-year things or one-time things. They need to buy him again. So we'll work on him, and then we'll later down the line we'll work on the offensive and defensive coordinators, and then the player personnel guy. So we'll get all that done next season probably. I hope that we can keep Doug Peterson and Lovie Smith as our coordinators. I don't know if they'll get new jobs in the offseason. They might get head coaching jobs depending on how good other teams see us doing. I mean, our defense has been phenomenal. Lovie Smith has completely turned this defense around. But I think all the time for talk is done. Zach Wilson makes his return to FDR. Can he upset the not the Chicago Cougars, the Brooklyn Barons? Can he upset the Brooklyn Barons and beat us at home? And yes, I would consider this an upset, even though they are the team with the better record. We are the much better team on paper. I would consider this an upset if we lose. Malik Willis versus Zach Wilson. What a quarterback matchup that is. Let's get into this and see if we can beat our former quarterback I'm kind of terrified now. I hope we don't lose.
It's Madden NFL 23. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He comes into this one 5th in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Barons and the Bears coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Brooklyn Barons. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up here in the booth. And Charles, for fans of defensive football, I don't think it gets any better than this. We get to see the league's best and second best defenses square off in a game where points probably figure to be at a premium.
But hits won't be at a premium, will they? Because these two units, they dole them out. And if each of them has their way, we'll take a 0-0 game into overtime, partner. Very rare to see either one of these defenses slip up more than a couple of times in a game. So when there's a mistake, if you're the opposing offense, you better take advantage and capitalize, because you won't get many shots at the end zone, many shots at kicking field goals. This is going to be a fun one.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brooklyn Baron football is underway for the final time this season. The final regular season game of year number 2. Technically year number 3, but year number 2 of us being the Barons. And it's up against our former quarterback, but here's our current quarterback, Malik Willis. 2,300 yards, 19 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. He's done his job. He has not done horrible. He has not done a horrible job commanding this offense in relief of Justin Fields, who was doing horrible. I don't know what Justin Fields was doing, but he wasn't playing quarterback. That's for sure. First carry of the game by Saquon Barkley doesn't really go to plan. Little play action time. If I can fit this into Garrett Wilson. Oh my God, Garrett Wilson got absolutely obliterated on that one. I apologize, Garrett. I didn't mean to get you killed on that throw. 3rd down and 9 on the opening drive of the game for either team. And I think I could find this Justin Jefferson. He holds on, thank God. I had to go aggressive catch there. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get there in time. Had to go aggressive catch. So we keep the drive alive with Justin Jefferson, who rarely ever drops a ball. Hard cut, doesn't work at all. The Bears were ready for that. All right, that's not good. The run game might not be there today. To my surprise, the run game has been more effective over the win streak we've gone on. But for the most part, this season, it hasn't really been there, as Malik Willis delivers a dart to Justin Jefferson across the middle of the field on the slant route, gets the first down and more. But for the past couple of episodes, the run game has been very efficient, especially with like the combination of Malik Willis and Saquon. And there we go. That's, oh, Barkley. He delivers a big hit and then gets a big hit. He receives one too. 2nd down and 1. That was actually a good run. I'm happy about that. We got to the edge. Jedrick Wills and Dominique Peck secured the edge there. And Ramondre Stevenson gets in there for 6 yards. I do like having the change of pace running backs like Michael Carter and Ramondre Stevenson, because Ramondre is more of that big-time bruiser. I mean, he's quick too, but he's not Saquon quick. And then Michael Carter's kind of that do-everything kind of running back. So you kind of got to have that like combination of, oh, who are we going to give you? Who are you going to take? You're going to take the speed? You're going to take the power? I got to get that ball away, and they brought some pressure pretty quickly on that one. That was only ever going to be a check down anyway to George Patton, so I guess it works out in the end, because who knows, it might have gotten picked off. If Malik Willis can fit this in there, yes he can! Justin Jefferson, 3rd catch of the day. He has been the only one we've thrown the ball to, really. That was a good throw in a kind of tight window for Malik Willis to find, and we're going to change this to a run because this seems like a very favorable running lane, and Saquon Barkley will go right in. The Brooklyn Barons take the lead on the first drive of the game, score a touchdown against the Chicago Bears. I hope we play the Bears more than just once in this series because I kind of want to turn this into a semi-rivalry with the fact that they have... oh, they fired Eberflus already? That's crazy. They have Zach Wilson, who is our former quarterback. So I kind of want to turn this into somewhat of a rivalry, but I can only do that if we play them more than just one time. So I hope we get scheduled with the NFC North a bunch. But who knows with Madden scheduling, who knows what's going to happen. And here he is. Chicago quarterback Zach Wilson. 2,100 yards, 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's having a better season than Malik in terms of like the touchdown-interception ratio, but Malik's got a few more passing yards. So I guess they're pretty even. They're pretty even in terms of their seasons. Kayvon Thibodeau, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Hit him hard. How did he break that tackle? Bryce Hall came in and a hit sticked him and he bounced off of it. Zach Wilson doesn't do that. If I would have done that, I would have had a fumble. I would have fumbled the football if I did that. If that was me holding the quarterback run. Oh, that's a great job. Are the Chicago Bears all about the read option? Is that what we're doing here? You gonna read option me the entire game, Zach? You know this team. We haven't changed that much since you left, or since we traded you. We got a few new pieces in the offseason, but I mean, other than that, this team's basically the same. And Wilson will go deep. Oh my God, thank you for that. He would have caught that because Sean Murphy Bunting did not animate the right way. He just kind of like flailed his arms behind his head. I don't know what happened, but thank you for the extra coverage there by Derwin James. He's the reason why Devontae Parker didn't hold on to that football. Holcomb will get us a few yards on the punt return, and we hold the Bears to a punt. I will take that as a win, big time win. Remember, we're not playing just the Chicago Bears. This is the #1 team in the NFC. They have an 11-win team right here. Now, we've talked about it a lot. The NFC is not a strong conference this season, but still, I mean, they're an 11-win team for a reason. They must have been doing something right. So we can't take them for granted. Under 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Get that to Garrett Wilson right off the slant. Just imagine having A.J. Brown and Chris Olave on this receiving core instead of Elijah Moore and Darnell Mooney. I think those are both big-time upgrades that will help this team in the long run, especially when we find our quarterback, whether it's Malik Willis or not. End of the first quarter, we're up 7-0, and we are driving. Let's go a little play-action crosser. Justin Jefferson usually torches whoever's covering him on this one. It looks like it could be a corner. Is that Kyler Gordon maybe on him? I don't know who it is, but he's going to get torched. Zach Wilson, or not Zach Wilson, Malik Willis had a little bit too much on it because there was a lot of pressure coming from the defensive line. We'll give this to Ramondre Stevenson and see if he can get the first down. Yes, he can, and more, Ramondre. Yes, sir. Good job, my boy. You love to see that. Let's go a little read option here. We've scored touchdowns on plays like this before with Malik Willis, so it's not out of the realm of possibility it could happen again. And it might with the great blocking, Malik Willis. That was close, Malik. That was real close. I thought you might have had it there. I thought you might have had it there. Oh, Barkley, can he get #2? He came close. He's still up. Oh, now he's down. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if he was up or if he wasn't. 2nd down and goal. I don't know if I should go with a run play again. We might be able to squeeze in. Cut it back inside. Barkley. Oh, he was so close. We're at the 1-yard line. You know what this calls for. We do it every single time we're at the 1-yard line. It's time for a juice special. The QB sneak. This is how Malik Willis got one of his 3 rushing touchdowns last episode. He does it again with ease. Malik Willis scores, and we're up 2 scores on the Bears. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We might, depending on how much we get out in front on the Chicago Bears, we might put Justin Fields in just to kind of get that Zach Wilson, Justin Fields moment that we might have been quote-unquote denied because we benched Justin Fields. 14-0 on the Bears. Let's do it again, boys. Let's stop this offense. And that's going to be, oh, I thought it was going to be a big hit. J.J. Godfrey pulls down Middleton, but Jermaine Johnson just kind of, like, didn't hit him. He kind of bounced off of him. That was a little weird. Are they going to continue to read option? Because that did not work. Well, it worked with Zach Wilson the first play, but... And it looks like they're going to keep doing these kind of, like, who's going to keep it? Is it going to be Zach Wilson? Going to be Dave Montgomery? I don't know what's going on here. Will Washington injured on the play. Very angry, too, about his injury. I don't know. I don't know why he's so angry about it. But it seems like they're going to keep doing these kind of semi-read option plays. And trickery, but trickery's not going to beat the Brooklyn Barons. Although, if we can't tackle, then it might. We had two tackles there that we completely just whiffed on. All right, we're pinching the line. I believe in us. I missed the tackle. Hit him hard. Hit him hard. Thank you. Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus, Zach Wilson is not that fast. Ugh. That's the only way they've been able to move the football is Zach Wilson keeping the ball. We've kept everybody else in check, except for, of course, now I say that Dave Montgomery breaks a tackle and is off to the races. Dave Montgomery, tackle him, please! My God! It's not that hard to tackle somebody. Put all your body weight around his body weight and pull him to the ground. And that's going to be... Tremaine Edmonds should have had him there. That was going to be another broken tackle. N'Kobe Dean was about to break that tackle. Oh, it's because the away team has... Okay, so we have a rattled O-line. Away team has trouble blocking. Oh, wait, that's them. So why do we have... I thought that said... I just had a mind meld there. I thought that said away team has trouble tackling, but then I thought that we were the away team. No, I just completely screwed that all up. Oh, Derwin James obliterates Montgomery there, but the Bears have put the ball into the red zone, and this is not good. It's been frustrating because of the fact that we can't tackle. If we could tackle, they wouldn't even be close to the red zone. That's corner of the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. I didn't think he'd be able to make that catch, but you never know. Sometimes crazier things can happen. From the 7, we've got under 2 minutes to go in the half. They get the ball to start the second half. And that's going to be Steve Smith along with a couple. Maybe Kayvon got a half of that. But Steve Smith absolutely owned the right tackle, Tevin Jenkins, there. I don't know if they're going to credit Thibodeau with half of that or not. And Martin will get the sack. Jacob Martin gets the ankles. A little ankle biter action right there. And Zach Wilson takes sacks on back-to-back plays to push them from the 7 to the 25. And with 40 seconds, they're going to kick a field goal to get off the board, or to get on the board, and they do. So now they're not down 14-0. They're down 14-3. But they could have done a lot worse. They could have scored a touchdown. But back-to-back sacks by this defense is pretty cool. I'm just going to let this bounce. And we'll have 37 seconds from the 25 to maybe get into field goal range or score a touchdown. You never know. Anything can happen with Malik Willis under center. That is for sure. But we're definitely going to take a shot. We are definitely going to take a shot. It's going to be just verticals, not play action. Garrett Wilson could get open. Justin Jefferson could get open. A lot of options here. It's going to have to be nobody. Under pressure, inaccurate. God, I hate under pressure, inaccurate so much. We're going to go verticals again. This time it's Elijah Moore in the slot. Garrett Wilson's open, but not anymore. It's going to be intercepted. God, I hate this game so much sometimes. I really do. I really hate this game sometimes. Why was he so free? That lineman or that linebacker came in completely unblocked. I completely just pass interference there. I completely just gave pass interference to that guy. to stop him from catching that. But they didn't call it because this game sucks. That's going to be middle of the field, and I completely whiffed on the hit stick. They called their first timeout. I've just given the Chicago Bears complete momentum to get back in this game. Garrett Wilson was open, too. That's what sucks. Quick throw! He's going to fight in for a touchdown, and the Bears are down by 4. You've got to be kidding me. Why do I make things harder for myself? I don't know. Yay! Yay! Fantastic. Maybe if I didn't have 0 seconds to throw the football, I could have maybe completed the pass to Garrett Wilson. You never know. Thank you for giving me tons of space. 3 seconds to go. That's given us a little bit of a chance to maybe throw the football. Nah, I'm probably just going to run this again. Probably just going to run this again if I can. Can I audible, please? I can't audible that into a run play? Whatever. Just throw it to somebody. I don't care. It didn't matter. That stupid interception's going to haunt me, isn't it? I always have 1 interception, don't I? I always have 1 interception a game where I just absolutely hate it. It's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. The Bears get the ball. They've got momentum on their side. Well, not technically because we still have a little bit of momentum, but in theory, they have momentum on their side. And the last time they had it, they scored a touchdown, although it was pretty good field position from the Jaquan Brisker interception return, but still, they scored. All right, defense, let's tighten up. Let's tighten up. That's going to be Nakobe, broken tackle. I'm going to need you to be more of a sure tackle than Nakobe. More than likely, you're always the one who loses the tackle battle. You always get broken, and I don't like it. I'm tired of it. Tremaine Edmonds, good job containing. Tremaine Edmonds contains that, and it's 3rd down and 10. Come on, boys. 1 more stop, and we got this turnover. 1 more stop. Steve Smith. Knock it down. Thank you. Good job, boys. That's a big 3 and out to start this half. Real big stop. I appreciate the work. Am I going to get a block here? I am. I can return this a little bit. Holcomb's got the speed. He's got the angle. Daryl Holcomb. I could have turned the edge. Daryl Holcomb almost turned the corner there. That would have been pretty crazy, but that's still a good return. Still a really solid return. Give this ball to Saquon. Great blocking. Saquon Barkley, 1st down and more. 71 yards for Barkley on the ground today. We'll keep it going. Get him the ball again. Saquon, great tackle, breaking it. Fighting extra yardage, carrying a man on his back. Saquon Barkley on a mission. Saquon Barkley is on a mission. 63 rushing yards. How could that? I was going to say that couldn't be. That has to be passing yards. That couldn't be rushing yards. I mean, Barkley's got 90 himself. But Michael Carter's going nowhere. They were ready for that run, so I'm glad it wasn't Saquon. And let's go with a Y. Is Justin Jefferson going to be open here? He's got a possibility of being open. Yes, he is. Justin Jefferson. Forget what I said. Justin Jefferson is open. Yes, sir. Good throw by Malik Willis. Didn't even have to wait for him to make the cut to the corner. Just had to throw because the safety came in and went to the middle. So I saw that and I was like, ching, right there. Easy. Brian Daboll loves it. Up 21-10 on the Bears in the 3rd quarter. Let's stop them again. Let's stop them again. Is that going to bounce off the thing? Aw. I thought it might bounce off the thing. All right, there comes Zach Wilson back onto the field. Last time he was out there, they had a 3 and out. Let's do that again. Let's force another 3 and out. Just got to watch out for that QB option stuff that they're doing. Like this again, they give it to Montgomery, and he's really going nowhere. He got a couple yards, but not anything crazy. N'Kobe Dean, you need to stop celebrating. You haven't done anything worthy of celebrating. Yeah, you come in and make one stop. Next 10 plays, you're going to miss a tackle, so I wouldn't celebrate. Just go back, keep your head down, and keep doing your thing. Oh, Montgomery's got speed. Quinnen Williams was in there. If he was just a little bit faster, he could have been able to get him. He could have done it. He just wasn't fast enough. They're going to give it to Montgomery again. Tremaine Edmonds in the backfield. Tremaine Edmonds has been a really awesome asset for us. He's been so massive in terms of like helping the defense figure out what their identity is. Can I get to Thibodeau? Or I can't get to Wilson with Thibodeau. It's going to be, oh, Tremaine again this time with a hit stick. 3rd and 4. I can't seem to get any pressure with Thibodeau, and I don't know why. Can't get any pressure with Tibby. Here we go. Maybe some pressure time with Tibby. Oh, that's a deep one. Derwin James, interception. Picked it off. Can he beat Mike Gesicki? There's no way Mike Gesicki should be faster than that, but Derwin James with a one-on-one 50-50 ball. Zach Wilson just heaved it. And to be fair, Zach Wilson had a lot of pressure coming after him. And that ball has been intercepted by Derwin James. That will activate his X factor now. Just go that to Barkley. I didn't want to really go anything crazy there. Didn't want to take anything super crazy. We'll go back to the slants. They'll back up. Wait on it, wait on it, wait on it. Garrett Wilson just barely holds on to that football, man. That was... Malik Willis led Garrett Wilson a long way there, and he just barely held on to it. Maybe Jefferson might have been the better option. Who knows? Barkley, great block. Saquon Barkley up the middle. He's got 102. Saquon Barkley is becoming a problem here late in the season. If the run game actually works as consistently as it has been the past couple episodes, we can be a real problem in the playoffs. I mean, we have the team to make some noise in the postseason. We just got to have the run game work as well as it has been. That's a risky throw, and it's just a bad throw from Malik. That also is something we have to have better, is Malik Willis being more accurate. That's a tough throw to make, but it's not an impossible throw, and he should have just been a little bit more accurate on that one. I don't know if he had pressure in his face. I don't know what it was, but he needs to be a little bit more accurate there. That one's tough. That's a tough one. I still would throw that. I still would throw that again if I had to redo the play. But we're entering the final quarter. We're up by 11 on the Chicago Bears with 7 minutes to go. It's still like possible for the Bears to win this game. They have to score here though. Oh, Josh Allen was making some moves on Zach Wilson, his former teammate, but Quinnen Williams makes those, or is it Derek Brown? That might be Derek Brown. Nope, it's Quinnen Williams, 92. Williams makes the impact, stops him behind the line on the screen, 2nd down and 13. And it's going to be middle of the field, Mike Gesicki. Wow, Mike Gesicki wide open. Thank you, Derwin James, for stopping him from getting a huge gain, even more than what it was. That's not good. Mike Gesicki wide open. Good throw from Wilson. Not something we said very much during his time here, but Murphy Bunting, the all-time leader in interceptions in a season, drops that off his hands. I didn't know you had brick hands, Murphy. What was that? Oh, Steve Smith misses the tackle. That ball's out. Oh, it's picked up by the Bears. I think that might have been turned, like, reversed anyway. I don't think he fumbled it. I think it was on the ground. I think he was on the ground before he fumbled it. I can't believe Murphy had a pick 6. There was nobody in front of him. Oh, but Josh Allen sacking Zach Wilson keeps him out of field goal range. They're going to have to go for this. That's a big play from Josh Allen right there. Huge play. Murphy Bunting, why didn't you pick that off, man? You had an easy pick 6. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. He outplayed me. Devontae Parker goes up 50-50 and wins it. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I turned into, so that's why I was confused. That was a ballsy throw to Devontae Parker, but that's what Devontae Parker does. He goes up and wins those 50-50 balls more than likely. Wow, Thibodeau just absolutely obliterated Montgomery there. So we have to keep fighting, but luckily they are wasting a lot of time here with this drive. They've wasted about 3 minutes so far. That's going to be knocked incomplete. Bryce Hall fighting with, who was that? Who was he fighting with? Number 8? Who's number 8? I don't remember. Who cares? Doesn't matter. He was fighting with him and knocked it out of his hands. That's a big throw. It's a catch. It's a first down. At the 2. Oh, it's Will Washington. That's who it is. He just had to be playing behind him, didn't he? Get the sack there. No, we were so close to getting the sack. So close to getting the sack. It's going to be interesting if they score here. We're going to have to continue to run the football. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. And the Bears are in this game. Zach Pascal caught that one. I didn't know Zach Pascal had long hair in Madden. They're going to go for a 2-point conversion here. Quinnen Williams going to try and force it. Somehow that was completed to Pascal. Okay, we've got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. I thought we were going to blow them out, but 2 interceptions by Malik Willis have forced the Bears to continue to be in this game. Holcomb gets us up to the 22. I don't hate it. All right, boys, we know what we have to do. We have to score or just keep the ball. That's also a possibility. Just got to keep playing our game, keep hopefully running the football as efficiently as we have been. 2nd down and 8. Come on, Justin. Yes, sir, Justin Jefferson. I had to wait a little bit longer than I wanted to on that one, Justin. You made me a little nervous there. Ooh, 70 catches for Justin Jefferson. All right. This will be the final play before the 2-minute warning, and it's going to be, ooh, I thought it was going to be like really nothing, but he was able to fall forward for some extra yardage. And now we get to the 2-minute warning. They're probably going to use their timeouts, more than likely they will. 2nd and 5, give this ball to Barkley. Saquon could not get it. Could not get the first down. But you know what we're going to do? This game is too important for us not to utilize the juice special on 3rd and 1. If you need a guaranteed yard, you call on the juice special, and you don't get it. Wow, okay. Forget what I said. We're going back to the juice special. If you need guaranteed inches, you call on the juice special. This should be a lot more... Yes, I was going to say this should be a lot better. And that is probably the game. I mean, we probably could use another first down, but that is probably the game. We'll see what happens here. Barkley breaks off a tackle, tries to get anything. Can't really do anything on that one. They're definitely ready for the run game, that's for sure. I think I'm just gonna waste time, chew as much clock as possible, snap it at the last moment, and then hopefully get out of here with a W. This could be our 11th win of the season. It'd be really crazy if this win... Oh, what a run from Barkley. What an open lane from the offensive line. Now the game is over. It would be really crazy if this win forces the Bears to fall to the 2 seed or something. That would be so insane. But that was a huge run from Saquon. That's going to finish this game off. 21-18. It's a little bit closer than I would have anticipated or what I would have liked, considering how we started this game. But that end of the 2nd quarter into the 3rd quarter was just a rough time period for Malik Willis in this offense. Ramondre will get a couple extra yards out of it, and we will win this game. You love to see it, boys. You love to see it. 300 total yards, and your Brooklyn Barons will finish year number 2 as an 11-win playoff team. I cannot even begin to think how crazy that is. But there it is. Your boy wins it. I don't know if we necessarily can say that we won it because of Malik Willis in this one. But we do defeat our former quarterback, Zach Wilson. Malik had 9 for 15, 130 yards, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. 19 carries, 134 yards, and a touchdown for Barkley. Definitely, Barkley was a main reason why we won this one, but the defense was also a main reason why we won this one. I only threw it to 3 people the entire game. Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, and Saquon Barkley. That's crazy. And then Jacob Martin had 6 tackles. Edmonds had 10. He was a massive player in this one. They did give the half a sack to Thibodeau and Steve Smith, so they both got half a sack there. Jacob Martin got 1, Josh Allen got 1, and obviously Derwin James got the one-on-one at the goal line interception. We beat the Chicago Bears and our former quarterback, and we win another game and finish the season with 11 wins. What a wild season this was. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got playoff football in the next episode. It may only be one game. It may only be the wild card, depending on what happens in it. But we're taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. This is going to get crazy. We've got the wild card special next episode. I hope you guys are excited. The episode after that could either be the divisional round or it could be the off-season episode. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. I hope you guys did enjoy. What a season. You know what? We're not going to wrap it up just yet. We're going to take a look at the stats. We're going to take a look at the stats to end the season, or to end the episode. Let's do that right now. So, Justin Fields started the season as our starting quarterback. He had 1,900 yards, 13 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. I just wasn't vibing with him. He wasn't accurate enough, and he just wasn't getting the job done. So then we subbed in Malik Willis. He came in and had 2,400 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions. A lot of those interceptions for both quarterbacks are mainly just my fault for being an idiot. So we have to take that for what it is. But 20 touchdowns for Malik Willis is not bad. On the ground, Saquon Barkley had 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns. Malik Willis had 8 touchdowns. A lot of those are on QB sneaks. Ramondre Stevenson had 2 touchdowns. Justin Fields had 4 with 35 yards. Receiving, we only had one 1,000-yard receiver. That is Justin Jefferson with 1,289, 16 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson got real close, but not there. 11 touchdowns for him, 853 yards and 3 touchdowns for Elijah Moore, 545 and 2 touchdowns for TJ Hawkinson, 403 yards for Barkley, 135 for Patton. Mooney had a couple catches too. On the defensive side of things, we had a 100 tackler with Tremaine Edmonds. That's crazy. Love to see it. Derwin James had 79. Nakobe Dean had 69. I don't know how he had 69 when he was losing, like he was getting broken every single play. Lewis Cine had 60. Big-time tackles. Tackle for loss, 14 for Josh Allen and Thibodeau. 12 for Quinnen Williams, 10 for Edmonds and Nakobe Dean. Sack leaders, Josh Allen at 5.5. Thibodeau had 5. 3.5 for Williams. 3 for Hutchinson, but he was hurt for a little portion of that season. Tremaine Edmonds was 2. Nakobe Dean, Steve Smith, and Kwity Paye all had 1.5. Derek Brown, Jacob Martin had 1, and Ajabo had a half a sack. Interception leaders, a very underwhelming season after Murphy Bunting had 15 or 16 or something like that last year. He only has 7 this year. Probably should have had, arguably should have had 8. Definitely should have had 8, but it bounced off his hands. But still a fantastic season from him. Derwin James had 5. Sauce Gardner, very impressive, had 5 interceptions and 41 tackles. Bryce Hall had 4. Nakobe Dean, Okudah, and Godfrey all had 1 as well. We had some forced fumbles. 5 for Derwin James. That's the flater coming after you right there. 3 recoveries for Nakobe Dean. We had one safety, which was Nakobe Dean. We had 2 blocked punts. Jeff Okudah and Jalen Mills both blocked a punt. And we had a lot of touchdowns. Murphy Bunting had 3 pick sixes, I would presume. Jeff Okudah, Sauce Gardner, Josh Allen, and Bryce Hall all had a touchdown as well. And then we go to the kicking. Evan McPherson, he had 15 of 18 from the field goal mark. 51 was as long as 62 for 64 was the extra points. That should be perfect, basically, but I suck and I missed the accuracy a few times. Punting, we had to punt 1 time, but other than that, we didn't punt at all. But that was strategic because I'm a genius. Kick returning, Daryl Holcomb had 1,300 yards and a touchdown on the kick returns. And then punt returns, you can't really punt return on this game, so it is what it is. But those are your stats. We had the 26th ranked offense in the league, and our defense was number 1. We had the best defense in the entire NFL. That's awesome, man. That is so cool. You love to see it. But now we can wrap up the episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in a playoff wildcard special. Peace.